Good morning. Today we'll be unboxing and mounting a scope on a CVA Wolf. I picked this up for muzzleloader season here in North Carolina. We have a short 2-week season, but along with that, if I want to hunt on base, you either have to use a shotgun or a muzzleloader during rifle season. So I decided I was gonna go with the muzzleloader this year, and was able to pick up the CVA Wolf with a nice 20% military discount straight from their website. So if you're military, you just have to email their help desk and they'll walk you through the process. I also picked up the Vortex Crossfire 2 scope. Got a discount on that through Expert Voice. You go through, take some tests and all that, and then they offer you a pretty nice discount on their scopes. Along with that, this year I'll be using the Pyrodex pellets, the 777-209 primers, and the Hornady SST 250 grain. So let's go ahead and get into it. Packaging is nice. Everything is pretty secure in there. Nothing to really bump around. I opted for the one that already came with the dead-on scope mount, knowing I was going to use a scope and not iron sights. Owner's manual. Inside the butt stock, it's where they keep all your extra stuff. So your push rod thing, so your hand doesn't hurt when you're pushing your load down. Your load attachment for your rod. Some Allen keys. Looks like the fire pin adjuster. But this is the basic model mode, that as basic as you can get. Take it out here. So you have your release with your inline quick disconnect here. Looks like they already put some of the breech grease on the threads there. This one is made for the pellets. If you want to use the loose powder, you have to get the one that's basically hollowed out right here in order to use it correctly. All right, let me get set up and we will mount the scope on this bad boy. All right, for this job, you're gonna need a T15 Torx bit. This scope mount fits up to a 1-inch tube and I believe a 44-inch reticle at this height. Yeah, 44. The one I went with is a 40 size reticle, so it will fit just fine. Normally, they don't give you a torque value. Normally, I torque my scope rings to 15 inch-pounds, but from reading online, They actually recommend 20, so we will be going with 20 once I get it all on there. The Vortex scope, as always, comes very nicely packed. Even comes with a cleaning sleeve and a manual. So at this point, I will roughly mount it on. Put the rings on, and then I will adjust it to where it is level and my eye relief is correct for myself. So I won't be torquing it down or putting much pressure on it, just enough to hold it and allow me to adjust it. That screws tight, so I'm going to loosen up this other side more. You never want to force it. Might even flip it around. There it goes. If you ever have to force it, don't. You're just going to mess up the threads on either your bolt or the anchor. So I'll take a break right now, adjust it to where the scope is level, and adjust it forward and back for my eye relief. All right, at this point, I have the eye relief set up for me. I also have the scope nice and level, so the crosshairs line up correctly. I have a even gap between the rings on each side. And at this point, I will go ahead and torque it in an X pattern to 20 inch-pounds and go from there. There's one. There's two. Three. And 4. Now a lot of people like to put Loctite on. I only put Loctite on the base. I don't put them on the rings because if you ever try to get them back out, you can end up stripping out your screws and then you need to buy new screws. So personally, I have never had an issue not putting Loctite on the ring screws. So from here, I will be bringing this by my locally owned sports store and having them bore sight it for me because I don't have one for a 50 caliber. And then I will be bringing it out to my hunting property to zero it. Whenever I go do that, I will bring you guys along with me and see how she does at 50 yards, 100 yards, and 115 yards. And during that time, I'll go over the exact load I'm using and see how good of a group we can get. All right, thank you.